Hi! So today we're building the hut on the seaside from the Harry Potter movies where Bill and Fleur lived together after they got married. So it is on, I don't know, the English seaside, countryside. I don't know where it is located, doesn't specify in the books, and I don't know. But I've looked up some Google images because I always thought that was a really nice house and I kind of wanted to recreate that in The Sims. So it is quite a quirky building on the pictures, you can see that, and in the movies you don't see that much of the house, but you can see that it's pretty quirky. And so I thought of the first part, that there's like this original building and then they put in an extension where the kitchen is gonna be like. And then they also, I think, on the pictures and the actual house they used, they had 3 levels probably, but I think that's a little bit too much because I love this lot. Like, really, I really do, because it just reminds me of the seaside, maybe even Hampton style or something. So I really wanted to use this lot for the Bill and Fleur house. It just suited it so well, but it was so glitchy because of the houses, because of the tree surrounding it, and that is just bugging me so much. Like, honestly, yeah. And you can see that sometimes in the videos because I didn't, like there for example, I didn't cut them out all the time, all the glitches. It's just, it is what it is. I can't influence the surrounding lots, right? Yeah. And also the whole land itself on the lot is grass and I needed it to be sand, so I'm gonna change that afterwards. Anyway, so I've built 3 different chimney slots and they're basically done here, and then this right here is the exterior wall that I did and went with at the end. And for the roofing, it looks like they had shell roofing or something put on the movie set, but there's nothing like that on The Sims, so couldn't quite do that. So yeah, this is basically a ground level, the first level, and they're both accessible, however you say that. And this is gonna be the kitchen, and that roof actually has a glass ceiling in the movie and the pictures. Quite interesting. I didn't really pick up on that when I watched the movies, but yeah, that was just an interesting fact. So I just kind of tried making it a little bit more quirky with all of these weird chimneys, and then there's this extension right there that they have, and it's just, you can't really place that much in there, and it's like so many different roofs and stuff like that. But you know, every house in the Harry Potter world basically is quirky, and here I tried out a different wallpaper for outside. This one is actually closer to the original, like movie scene, but I chose the other one because I think the darker one just made it too dark and I didn't want that. So I never like it when there's 2 wall segments and then you have to choose a door that's only 1 section wide. So that is kind of iffy about the front door. And then there's a side door leading into the kitchen, and because that was a newer build with a glass roof and whatnot, they also had a glass sliding door in there on the pictures on Google, so I did that as well. And then it is bugging me as well that if you place multiple windows onto the walls, they just bug out. You just can't do that, and you can't really see through them all the time. That's another quirk of The Sims, but you know, you just gotta deal with it, because sometimes you just want to have multiple windows in one slide of a wall. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we're nearly done with the exterior, and then we can move into the inside. Now you're gonna see the inside right here is pretty small, but the lot itself really isn't all that big. And that's kind of something that bugs me too, because you can really just build small builds on there. But it's just such a nice lot. But anyways, I could have probably made the interior a little bit more laid out and functional. But I feel like the Harry Potter houses and everything basically is just weird, and not everything is just very purposeful, and so I didn't want that house to feel like that. So I wanted to have it like not designed all that well, and they probably also don't have that much money, so Bill and Fleur, because I don't actually know what Fleur is doing for a living. I don't know. Yeah, so it's still a little bit of Weasley style in there. And then I also had to have 3 chimneys in there, because I had to have one in the living room, one in the dining room, and one in the kitchen. Because in the movies you can see a chimney in the kitchen or a fireplace in the kitchen, and I just kind of pretended that they could cook at an open fire. I mean, the Sims can, but you know, what's the Sims without pretending? And I didn't put lights in right there when I furnished it, so just ignore that. And I wanted to have that little bit of a shabby chic look. I think they used like bluish tinted cabinets in the movie, but I just couldn't get myself to do that. Then with the decor, I've tried using some of the Hogwarts and what's the school called that Fleur went to? No, not Durmstrang, that was the other one. Oh, I'm spacing right now. I don't know. But I used some red, gold, and blue in there as well. I put some flags over the fireplace in the kitchen. And then this cabinet, for example, that you see right there where the kitchen ends, it just doesn't really fit in there. But it kind of, you know, is quirky. And then they got like the old stovetop and whatnot. Because I feel like it's burning with fire. I don't know if it really does, but it would. I feel like it just fit there. And there you can see again the windows, they just don't work. And as you can see here right now, I moved that cabinet because it just bugs me when furniture just doesn't really fit. I don't know. And I put a lot of chests in there because I thought of Mad Eye Moody and their trunks when they leave for school, so I just feel like they fit in there quite perfectly actually, so I needed to use them. And just dark furniture as if it's like kind of older furniture, a little bit outdated, because who is modern in the Harry Potter world? No one, right? At least I feel so. So yeah, I just put in mismatched furniture from literally like every pack, I feel like, and didn't really try to even make it look like it was designed in any way, shape or form. And like that chest of drawer that I'm decorating right there, and the chest of drawer right next to the entrance door, I probably wouldn't really do that normally, but I did. And then of course a chess table, and I don't know why I put a nutcracker in there, but again, it's just like kind of the vibe. I feel like it needs to be in there. And then a lot of old lamps. I tried getting the ones with just like the oils and the actual candles in there. And then the Phoenix poster that I put in the living room, I mean, like, it just has to be in there. It looks like a phoenix. So yeah. There's also no shower in that bathroom, and that laundry day shelf in blue, I feel like it's just so rustic. It just fits the vibe perfectly. And then there's no mirror because I just felt like they don't need that. And yeah, old-fashioned lamps. And then we go upstairs and we have the parents' bedroom, and then we have these other rooms where Ollivander was staying in. I think he had a double bed in there, but I couldn't fit a double bed in there because obviously the lot was small, so the house was small, so the rooms had to be small, and I wanted to have multiple rooms because in the movies they had multiple bedrooms in there, so I just wanted to have that one as well. So I furnished a bathroom similar, and then going onto the bedroom, I just had to use that mismatched bed from Cats and Dogs. It just fit in there, I feel like. And then I put the dresser up to the bed. I think that's kind of weird, and it probably looks weird from looking at it from the bed. It doesn't have the same matching wood and whatnot, but again, it's just like weird, quirky. I don't want to say the word quirky anymore because I already have so much. Yeah. So then I just placed like old-fashioned pictures, like the one with the sunflowers and the one with the fruit. I feel like those could really come just straight from Hogwarts. And then the other one with the old building, I feel like that could just represent Hogwarts or whatever. And then I just placed like 2 kids' bedrooms in there because that just makes sense for The Sims. So yeah, I just furnished those. Those are really, really, really tiny, and I couldn't really fit all that much in there. And actually, I do have to look back with the playtesting and have to see if they can even scooch in between the desk and the nightstand in the girls' room, because they probably have some troubles, and I don't know if they can actually go through there. Also, curtains in The Sims, I just don't like them. They're just no. I have so many problems with curtains. Like, do you see those posters? I mean, if they don't scream Harry Potter, like the red one is Gryffindor, the green one even has like this cross sign in there, which is like Slytherin's out, and then the other one is like the Phoenix. I mean, like, they just scream Harry Potter. So yeah. Then we have an outside pit, fire pit, and plants and whatnot, because I just again feel like that would fit for the Harry Potter characters, because they don't really have electricity. I mean, like, granted, the books were from the 90s, so there wasn't even mobile phones or everybody having laptops or something. So maybe that's why. And there you can see I just put in sand, and it's just like so bad against the other surrounding grass areas. And I of course wanted to do a lot of landscaping as well, because it needs to be snuggled into the landscape and just like, I don't know, you know, not very much tamed outside, but lived in, and just seaside-y. And yeah, so I just put in some plant boxes and a laundry, what's that thing called, clothesline. And then I just went nuts with the landscaping. This one doesn't really matter here right there, the shading, because that's just for the plants later on. And then we start with landscaping, and I am putting landscaping all around it because I just feel like they want to hide from other people, and other people, I think they just see a shack there or something. I don't know. I mean muggles. So I just feel like they want to have it tamed, because I also couldn't put in like any hills, like sandy hills or whatever they're called, because the lot again is just way too small. So we're already near the end. I didn't put in another level because, as I said before, the lot is just too small. A big house like that just didn't really fit the style of the lot. So that was kind of iffy, and it's just like, well, you know. And yeah, I think I put out, I cut out the landscaping at the very end where I put in dirt, and a little bit I have left right there. Okay, that's good. But the sand is just way too beachy and bright, and that was kind of, you know, bugging me a little bit. So I put in a little bit of dirt. And yeah, then we're coming to the screenshots, and that is basically my take on the little cottage hut from Harry Potter where Bill and Fleur live in. I think it's just so cute. I love that house. I think it's one of my favorite houses in the Harry Potter series, and I really hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.